Hi everybody, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and today we're going to talk about the hows and whys of successful crate training for your dog. So we have a crate here that we're going to use for an example, and we have Smoochers who's inside the crate, and we'll just let him decide when he wants to come out. And as you can see, this is a great example of how much dogs love crates. So let's start off with the why. Why do we want to have a crate for our dogs? What's the purpose? So the main purpose for crates is to give your dogs a space of their own personal little house. This provides them with somewhere that they know is theirs, that they're safe, secure, and can be kept away from children or other dogs, or when they just need a place to go and relax because there's too much going on at home. You may have a lot of people over, have a party going on, and your dog may be perfectly fine with that, but your dog may also enjoy having a spot that is his, where he can go and sit down and observe the action without necessarily participating in it. The other main reason to have a crate for your dog is house training. When you get a puppy, it's really important that you're able to keep your puppy somewhere that they're closed in and they can't get out when you aren't able to be always monitoring them. A crate provides you with that. The other reason to have a crate with a puppy is it is, again, safe, secure, their home, and a great place for them to learn to be safe and sleep well. And it's great when you have them during the night, you know they're in their crate, they can't get into any trouble, they're not wandering around the house before they're old enough to be able to be roaming free at night, because you just don't know what they're going to get into. So we have Smoochers here. Smoochers is a 20-pound mini Australian Labradoodle puppy, and this crate is great for him. It is a really good size, lots of space for him in there, but it also is good if you have a medium-sized Australian Labradoodle puppy or a dog who's weighing, well, probably up to about 45 pounds. I'm just going to put Smoochers down now. Last night we had one of our medium dogs in this crate, and she weighs 40 pounds, and there was no problem with her sleeping in there comfortably. A lot of people make the mistake of buying a crate that's too big. You're not looking to give your dog a great big spot. You're looking to give your dog a nice, small, cozy, secure place that your dog is going to feel comfy in. So it's really important to not buy too big of a crate. This is your typical medium-sized crate, and you can buy a crate like this virtually anywhere. They probably run around $80 Canadian. Now this crate is not a crate to be used on the airplane. There's no handle, and as you'll see, the sides are secured just with tabs. If you're going to be traveling with your dog and you need to take your dog in cargo, you will have to have an airline approved crate. That crate will have a handle, and the crate will be secured top to bottom with screws, and that's a really important distinction to make. So the best ones that we find for traveling in the airplane are made by Kennel Mate, and they're called Very Kennels, V-A-R-I Kennels. You can buy them at PetSmart. They're available anywhere. You can probably buy them on Amazon as well. They'll be slightly more expensive, but they are the ones that airlines will allow. And if you are traveling with your dog in an airplane, be sure you check your airline's requirements. Some require 2 inches of headspace when your dog is standing. Some require that your dogs be able to turn around freely, and many other rules and regulations they have for their crates. So an airline crate will be quite a bit larger than what you really want for your dog to have as their safe, secure spot to sleep in and relax in. So the crate can provide you also with something to put your dog in when you're traveling in the car so that they're safe and secure. When we have our dogs in crates in our cars, we use a bungee cord and we clip it onto the side at the back of our car so the crate isn't going to roll over or slide forward if you have to make a sudden stop or if you go around a sharp corner. On Vancouver Island, we have quite a few roundabouts in the Cowichan Valley, and when we go around the roundabout, the crate can easily be rocking like this, especially if you have a mini Labradoodle inside the crate or a young puppy inside the crate. They don't provide a lot of weight to keep the crate secure. secure. So we do recommend that you use a bungee cord with the crate when you have it in your vehicle. If you have a pickup truck, you will see some people with their dogs and crates in the bed of their pickup truck. We don't recommend that at all. Put the crate inside the vehicle, whether it's a car, SUV, or a pickup truck. It's never safe for a dog to be traveling in the open bed of a pickup truck under any circumstances. And in most places, it's illegal to do so. So just avoid that, because it's just simply not safe and secure for your dog. But in a crate, in the back, in the back seat, or in the back of your SUV is just fine. The other thing that is a real bonus when you have a crate is, let's say you're traveling and you're going to visit your friends and you're staying in a hotel on the way. Most hotels have regulations that your dog be kept in a crate. So if you happen to go out for dinner, you need to have somewhere where you can put your dog to make sure your dog's not on the bed in the hotel, which is usually not permitted in most hotels, and your dog's not wandering around. In a new unfamiliar setting with you gone, your dog may be a little nervous. If he's in his crate where he's familiar, he's going to be relaxed, happy, and calm. And he's also not going to be perhaps chewing on the bedspread or any of the legs of the furniture, which is not something you want to happen. So it's great if your dog is crate trained, then your dog knows that this is their safe spot and this is familiar to them. So wherever you go with the crate, your dog will be relaxed. It's a super bonus for you and for your dog. And then when you get to your friend's house, if you happen to have a friend who's not particularly dog friendly, heaven forbid, again, you can keep your dog in the crate and the dog's not running around their home causing that homeowner any anxiety. Or if there's very young children who are not familiar with dogs, then you can also crate your dog and there's no worry that the young child is going to provoke your dog or be, inadvertently pulling on your dog's ears or poking their eyes or something. So it's a really, really good thing for your dog. If you happen to go away and you have to kennel your dog, then your dog is already going to be accustomed to being in a small spot. We recommend that you take your crate with you to wherever you're going to be boarding your dog. So again, safe, secure, familiar, much more relaxing, much less stressful for your dog. When we had our pet resort, when people brought their kennels, it was great. The dogs always settled in much more readily than if they used the rooms that we had for their dogs, which were totally unfamiliar to them. So lots of benefits for having a crate. So now the tricky part, how do you get your dog to love your crate? So you saw Smoochers was in the crate. Smoochers actually jumped up on the table here while we were getting ready to make this video and popped right into the crate. Smoochers will go into his crate regularly throughout the day, as all of our dogs do. So how do you get your dog to like this crate and find it to be a safe, secure, and spot that they want to be? So the first thing you do is start with a breeder who crate trains their dogs when they're still with them. So when your puppy goes home at 8, 9, or 10 weeks, your puppy has already been started on crate training by the breeder. That's the hardest part, is when they're at 6 weeks old and you start crate training them, because it's a little bit frightening for a new puppy to have a closed door and be confined. So it's quite a loud process, and it's not for everybody. So find a breeder such as Isle Labradoodles, where we crate train your puppy for you, and we have them really well started to being comfortable in the crate. And then when you get home, it's important that you continue to follow up. And what can you do to make the crate appealing for your puppy? First thing, feed them in the crate. There's lots of room in this size crate for a puppy. You can readily put a dish in here. So have them have all their meals in here. If you're not feeding them using a bowl, if you're using a treat puzzle, a treat ball, a frozen Kong, in the crate. Treats in the crate. You can easily just take a handful of freeze-dried liver treats, such as the Puppy Love ones that we offer, throw them in the crate, and then get your puppy to learn everything good starts in this crate. Give them their bones in this crate, and be sure to buy them a really nice comfortable crate mat, and you want one that's really easy to wash as well. So we recommend you probably have 2, maybe even 3 crate mats so that you can always change them and keep them fresh and clean for your dog. You can buy beautiful, many different types of crate mats. The ones that we use at Isle Labradoodles are made by Vagabond Pet Supplies out of Red Deer in Alberta. They make gorgeous, easily washable crate mats that can also go in the dryer, which is a really big bonus. So we put those in there when we're traveling. We tend to use something that's a little thinner, just in case there's any car sickness, or if it's a young dog, if it happens to have any sort of an accident from nerves when they're just getting used to car rides. So we vary them up depending on the season as well. We can also put in a cooling mat. Many dogs are far too hot in the summer. On Vancouver Island, it gets very warm in the summer, so we like to use cooling mats in here for our dogs. It's raining today on the island, which it hasn't done for a long time. So when our dogs go out, they get quite muddy. We also use the crates quite often when they are wet. We put them in with a bone, we leave them in there and let them dry off and let the mud fall off in the crate. For that, we use, again, a different crate mat. Sometimes we'll just put a towel in so that it's easy to take the towel out to wash it afterwards. These are really easy to keep clean. You can readily reach in here. You can just take the crate. It's easy to lift up, spray, and wipe inside of it. This crate is a PetMate. I really like this crate because it has lots of air holes in it. So there's lots of circulation for a dog. Now, this is a plastic crate. You can buy wire crates as well. We don't recommend the wire crates, and there's a reason. The wire crates are all like this. It is really easy for a young puppy to get their jaw stuck in here. It's also even adults, if they're distressed about anything, they will chew on here. It's not a very nice environment. It also doesn't provide any coziness or security because everything is open. There isn't the nice solid closed top, and even though this has lots of air holes, it is still a nice cozy, darker environment inside the crate that makes the dog feel safe. And if you have a dog who's really fussy, or if you have a dog in their crate in a new situation, the other thing you can do is buy a cover for the crate or just use a blanket. That gives them a great sense of security as well. Don't let them see out. Just keep it completely covered. This also helps sometimes with dogs who suffer from car sickness. Some dogs are better if they can look out if they suffer from that, but some dogs, if they're covered and they don't see anything, they're fine. Just the one thing to keep in mind, if it's really hot, you don't want to have everything blocked off. You want to make sure there's still some good air circulation. So make sure when you have your dog and you get your new puppy that first of all, check that your breeder does do crate training before the puppy goes home to you. Even if you have to pay your breeder a little bit extra to do even more crate training, it'll be well worth it, so that on the first night when you come home, you have a much calmer, happier puppy and you get a better rest. Second of all, make sure you always have fun activities in here, and all the food and the treat and everything good. You never use the crate to punish your dog. If your dog's being bad or carrying on, you don't ever want to go crate and close the door and walk away. Always associate the crate with good things and positive things. You'll find that having a well-trained crate dog really helps you. It doesn't matter if you have an Australian Labradoodle or any other type of dog. Having a crate-trained dog is a blessing for your dog and for you. So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer them for you. If you want to know the measurements of this crate, which is what is generally referred to as a medium, if you measure across the top here, it's approximately 23 inches, and the height is approximately 19 inches, and the width or the length of it, we did that, and the height and the width, that's the other thing. The width of it, including the bumpers here, is approximately 20 inches. And this size crate is definitely fine for up to 45 pounds. We had a 56-pound Australian Labradoodle, and he would have gone in this crate and been really happy. He would have picked this crate over a larger one. So when you look at the guidelines, they'll try to sell you a larger crate because of course they cost more, but really what you want is the smallest crate where your dog is comfortable. So if you have any questions, as I said, please be sure to ask them in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to our channel. You'll find all sorts of useful tips and tricks, all to do with all sorts of dogs and especially Australian Labradoodles. Thanks so much for watching.